Hello. Excuse me. Hello, country girls and guys. I just decided that I was going to do a little Fat Fred time. I haven't played with Fat Fred for a long time. So I thought that I have some stuff around that needs to get glued in. I have an envelope of it here. I've got a jar of it up there. And I've got stuff over here. So I thought, well, I'm going to pull this out first. This is all pages that I cut out for it. And they've all just been sitting for a long time. And I was like, okay, time to do something. Time to do some gluing with Fat Fred. Now let's see, what have I got here? Who are we? Best eat. Oh, look at that. Okay, well, I'm just going to do random gluing. I'm not going to do anything to make it look like art page. Nothing. I just feel like gluing, so that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Let's see what I got here. Looks like I've used a lot of stuff out of here. Oh well, here's a good page. Here's my gluing page. So I'll just move Fred over there. You're not saying the name too loud or he'll be out here. Right now they're both in bed, sound asleep. So, but you know them. They can show up any point in time, especially when they hear me talking or something. Then they will show up. What you doing, Mom? Oh, isn't she? She's a little cutie. Let's get her in here. Just cut off some excess here. Just get her and her baby in. Yeah. Gotta tell you, I had the most fantastic dinner last night. My girlfriend had, a few days ago, she had gone out and she had picked up Chinese food, and she was telling me about it on the phone. That was about 4 days ago, 5 days ago, something like that. And ever since, like starting the next day, all I could think about was Chinese food. And it's been a very, very long time since I've had any. And last night, I couldn't take it anymore. So I phoned my favorite Chinese food restaurant and ordered some. And I ordered the dinner for 2 because it was the cheapest way for me to do it. So I had Chinese food for dinner last night, and I had Chinese food for dinner tonight. And the cats are thrilled, especially Nico. And he got Fred. He got Fred all excited about it because Fred's never had anything that was Chinese food before. But it's like one of Nico's favorites is the chicken chop suey because I give him some of the chicken out of it. So he was in his glory, and then all of a sudden Fred was up there, and Fred was chowing down, and he was enjoying it, and I was enjoying it. So we all enjoyed a really good dinner last night. So, and then I had some tonight and gave them more chicken out of it. And it was funny because they were right when I had heated it up. I had just fed the cats. I had just put food in their dish, and I thought, oh, I might as well like I feel like eating now, so I might as well just do that. And so I heated it all up, and some of it went in the oven and some in the mic. And as soon as they smelled mine cooking, it was like, oh, we're not eating our food anymore. They wanted mine. So let's see if that fits. That fits. So they just sort of, as soon as they got a whiff of it, they stopped eating their own food and waited. And they were sitting up on the couch waiting for me when I walked in. So that they could have some too. And they did, because Mommy always shares with them. Only if I know it's okay. Don't give them stuff that I know that isn't good for them. So, and sometimes they know before you know that it's something they shouldn't have. But there was there. Here, another piece of paper. Shall we put you around here? Sure. Why not? Hey. I just want to. I emptied one envelope yesterday doing some stuff. One of these big plastic envelopes. I emptied one yesterday. So I guess my goal tonight is to just empty this one. And then I'll have 2 of them free again, where I can put other types of stuff in them. And let's see. Put you, yeah, sure. What the heck? Let's just go for it. We're not into doing. I know a lot of people just, when they're doing their glue books, they just stick music on, and that'd be nice, I guess, but I don't know. I just feel like sitting here and just having a bit of a chat while I do this. And if you haven't done if you don't have any kind of glue book, you really gotta get one. You really gotta do one. All you need is a, what do they call these? Composition book. Get a composition book from your dollar store. Just start gluing. I think that the person who explains them the best, the one that got me going on it, was Dawn from Let's Make a Mess Today. And sometimes I like to, do a page where, like this one, where, kind of things all, they kind of go together. And sometimes I just glue to glue. Like this one I did just for a Halloween page last year. But there's times when I don't find, I find that I don't want to look for things. And so if I've just got a bunch of stuff like in this envelope and decide, okay, I need to get rid of that, that's what I'll do. And this one, glue goobers on my fingers. And what else have I got here? So I hope you're all doing good. I'm trying to get back into the habit of, posting a daily or every other day, depending on what I have that I have to do, video. And with this one, what I've done, and it shows people are watching it. Oh my goodness. But what I was thinking, because I guess I would have to have clicked off the public, and I didn't. But if you are watching, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, like my page, and if you'd like to, join the Facebook group. I'm doing a kind of a giveaway. Well, I'm doing a rack right now that I'm sending to everybody, as long as they have an address in the address file. And when I was looking at them yesterday when I did the video, I went on and I looked at the address file, and I had 61 members in the group, and only 12 people, including myself, had put addresses in the address file. So, like part of the thing is I'm sending one to everyone because, I've had 2 surgeries this summer. I've had shingles this summer. Like, I've had so many times where I couldn't get near my computer to do things. And so kind of what I'm doing is sending out just a small rack that's going to have either a tag in it or an ATC coin or a card to make an ATC on. And then I'm just going to put a few little pieces in with it so that you can make your own. And when I was talking about it yesterday, I just kind of ended up challenging all of you to go through the addresses, and you don't have to do them all like me. I'm doing that because I'm the owner of the page, but you can either send it to everybody that's on our group or in our group who has an address there, or you can send it to one person or 2 people, however many you want. I don't want it to be anything expensive, and I explained that yesterday. So if you need to go back and watch, it's like I will show you the envelope size that I'm doing it in, because what I did yesterday was did these envelopes up. So this envelope is this size. So it's big enough to hold a card, a few little pieces of paper, even tissue paper, just to cover it if that's what you want, but just a couple of cutout images out of a magazine because they're thin, and that way it's not going to cost a lot of postage for anybody. So I don't want anybody spending a whole lot of money, because I know we don't all have a whole lot of money. So just, like I said, you can use a playing card of any kind. Like I have these ones, this one, what's this one here, and this one. And then I have the casino cards, right? And they've been covered. A couple of them have already been covered, but, so there'll be an assortment of different things, in the envelopes. And I have tags that I can put in the envelope. So you can put a tag in, small tag that fits in, and a couple of pieces of small magazine papers or tissue papers or whatever you want. Just don't make it bulky. Try to keep it as flat as you possibly can. And that way it's not going to cost anybody a whole ton of money to do it. And that's, put that by her. No, she needs a bottle of vino beside her. That's what she needs. Do I have anything on that page? Yeah, I do. So I want to find just one that I show. You're so cute. You can go here. There's a little girl right here who would love to have another toy. Love to have a bunny. Or I should send it to Gail, because Gail loves her bunny so much. sister here now, and she's got a baby doll, and now she's got a fuzzy bunny. You know, so like I said, I'm not doing anything specific here. I'm just gluing to glue. You know, it's just, I just got the feeling that I needed to glue, just to relax. So that's what I'm doing. And then I'm just having to go through and look and see what the heck have I got in here. Oh, look at a baby kitty. Kitty in a teacup or a coffee cup. When Nico was little, I had my crystal candy dish on my coffee table when he was 8 weeks old. And he hopped up onto the coffee table to see what was up there. And he climbed into the candy dish. It was a one about that long, and it was oval, great big oval one. And he climbed into the candy dish and curled up to go to sleep. And I was like, what do you think you're doing? And he looked at me like, what? Isn't this my bed? It's like, okay, I guess so. I mean, I never put candy in it, but it was there. Christmas, I used to put crystal or ornaments in it just to give it some color, but on my coffee table, and then surrounded by not garland, but the tree garland kind of stuff, the green. Just put the green around it and wrap it around the base of the bowl, and then kind of in an oval shape at the base of the bowl, and then I'd put ornaments in it, and it would just sort of highlight it. Get up to me. Everything's starting to stick to me, and I sat down and started doing this, and I did not even think to go get some vinegar and water. So I am going to end up with some sticky fingers. Now this girl here, she looks like the cat. Well, I bought my son, my youngest twin, when they were moving out at 19. He says, I really don't want to leave. He says, because all the pets are here, and if I go, you know, the house just won't be right because there won't be a pet in it. And I was like, all right. So I went down to the pet store, and they had some kittens, and I picked the littlest gray one, and she grew up to be a big kitty like this. And he looked after that cat. She died about 6 years ago now, and he was just heartbroken because he loved her so much. He used to take her to a groomer for a bath and to have her claws done. I mean, that cat was treated well. I mean, she was massaged and all sorts of stuff. But he, you know, being a guy, his names were all about cars, so she ended up being called Cuda after the Barracuda car that was his favorite at the time. Yeah. And then he ended up with more cats after that, and he has one that's a, Krista can't even remember. It's a great big bloody cat though. It's from someplace quite cold is where they originated. Stop twisting on me like this. And he's huge, and he named him Clark. Anybody got a guess who that's after? He's a Superman freak. So he named the cat Clark. And I mean, it suits him. He comes to it, so it's like it's like me. My cats kind of name themselves. Like I mean, when I was younger, I had a cat that was gray and white and had some bits of tabby in her. And she used to swim with me. If I dove in, she dove in. And she'd swim as long as I'd swim. And then she was a great cat. I loved her. And her name was Nikki. And we lived at Shawnigan Lake when it was, there was barely anybody living up there. I mean, we were one of the only two families who lived on our road all year long. And then there was the people that came for the summer, right? So I had 3 brothers, and then the family down the hill had another boy. So there was no girls, it was just me and boys. And man, I could climb trees as good as any of them. I was quite good at climbing trees, and you can prove that when my kids were young, and one of them climbed up a great big tree in our front yard, and he couldn't get down. So his twin came screaming into the house, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy, Wesley's up a tree and he can't come down." And I said, "What do you mean he can't come down? If he went up, he can come down." And he's like, "No, he's stuck and he's scared. You got to come and help him." So I go out in the yard and I look, and here he is, way up in the tree, like way high up in the tree. So he hadn't been looking down the whole time that he'd been climbing. He'd just climbed. So I first of all had to find something, even because somebody gave him a boost up to the first branch. So I had to find something. Don't dare post this to Facebook. Yeah, that goes there. So I got something to stand on and got up onto the first, got my way up to the first branch and kept climbing. And I kept talking to him, and he's like, "Mommy, Mommy, I'm really scared." And I said, "Don't be scared." I said, "If you got up, there's a way down." He said, "But I can't look down." And I said, "Well, then stop looking down. Just don't look. I'm coming, so, you're fine." So I got to the top of the tree, and I said, "There, now I'm right beside you." And he said, "Oh." I said, "Okay, now let's take 1 foot at a time." No, don't take my feet off. I'm not going to take your feet off. You take your feet one at a time, and Mommy's going to guide it down to the next branch. "But I'll fall." And I went, "No, you won't. You won't fall because I'm right here. So you're going to be leaning into me while I put your foot on the next branch." Oh, so we did that all the way down the tree. And we made it down. Got down to the bottom of it, and then I said, "Now I have to jump down right now. Don't leave me." I was like, "I'm not leaving you. I just have to jump down so that when I get down, I can hold you as you come down." Okay. So he came down the tree. And he's like, "I'm never climbing another tree as long as I live." And I went, "Oh, yeah, you will." I said, "But you'll figure it out." He said, "You're only 4. You shouldn't have climbed that high. But, one of these days you'll be able to climb that high and you'll be able to get down again, too." And he's like, "Really?" Of course. There's always one twin looking after the other twin, and if Stephen got in trouble, Wesley would look after him and, come running in to tell me what was going on with him, kind of thing. I think I'll put you up here. There. And I got flowers in your hair. Flowers in your hair. So I hope everybody's having a good night. I hope it's cooling off in most places. It's not really here yet. It hasn't been too bad today. It's been kind of overcast, but it's still muggy. You know, I hate muggy. Muggy's awful. Oh, dolphins or something on the other side, or penguins. I don't know. Anyway, that's the side that's getting glue. Let's see what have we got over here. Let's flip to another page that has nothing on it. It's so relaxing just to sit and glue and not think, and just put glue on a piece of paper and slap it down, and it doesn't even have to have any rhyme or reason to it at all. And wow, this guy got his head ripped off in a very unceremonious way. Let's see if we can put him back together. There we go. Let's see. Come on. Put your head in there. Lift up your neck so we can get your head back. You must be a politician. You're stubborn. Oh, well. You have a line across your mouth. Get over it. Let's see. What is this one? Ew, here's some flamingos. God, every time I see flamingos and pineapples and cactuses now, all I think about is Spanky because of her doing her flamingo journal, and those are the three main things that she's doing in that journal. So every time I see them, I actually have pineapple and flamingo napkins. I should send some to her, and she could put them in her journal. Or on whatever she pleases. So stick these guys down here. They must have been on somebody's lawn for a birthday or something. I don't know if where you live they do that, but here they do. There's a place here that will go out if you phone them, and in the middle of the night they stick however many flamingos your age is on your front lawn. I don't want flamingo, and thankfully I don't have a front lawn, so I'm not gonna cooperate and stay where I put you. I'll fix you in a minute, boy. Kind of silly when you talk to paper, isn't it? But, oh well. Let's just get this down here. We will not. We'll take. Don't want you take this. That down there. Done. There's another one. Get up. So I'm not going to be on too awfully long. But I thought I'd just do a little bit in here, and just because the cats are asleep and there's nobody, they're not jumping up here to bug me. So it's kind of rare. Like these flowers are pretty. Let's see what else have I got here. Oh, puppies overflowing with cuteness. Certainly are. There, put them up there. There, that's cute. Take control, flamingos, take control. So these have all just been very, very roughly cut out of magazines. And a lot of them I have, well, that's how I emptied one envelope, because I had one envelope, another envelope like that, of these sorts of things. And I took them and I fussy cut them right down to, you know, so they could be used on tags or ATCs or whatever. And I had all sorts of different little things. So, and then I went through some other magazine and found little objects and whatnot to send out. So I'm not doing the best cutting job here. I've got some shaking starting to go on in my left hand. So I'll be getting time to take some medication. So I will learn how to use this, because I've got this. I guess I should have it as unlisted until, because I've got it set to post at 8 o'clock my time. And yet I have 3 people, and had 4 at one point there watching. But I'll figure it out eventually. I don't have to be perfect at it. I'm still figuring out the webcam and how you do it with the go live stuff, and you don't actually want to, you know, like be live where you're chatting kind of thing. I mean, I'll still ramble, but it's just so that I can do some short videos, get caught up on things. You know, after not being well for so long, it's a little more difficult for me to keep track of all the different things that you have to do with a live. So this way I don't have to keep looking over to the TV screen over there, which is my right. I can just, you know, concentrate on what I'm doing and chat my face off and see if that does anything. Probably not, but who knows? Anyways, this is just fun. Just playing. Oh, I like those doglets up there, but I don't want a total fussy cut them. Maybe I'll just take them out like this with this one. And maybe what I'll do is lay them that way. They kind of cute that way. So I'm also trying to get myself into the groove of not doing such long videos kind of thing, because I know when I've been going live, even when there's nobody except one person in the chat, I'll keep going just for that one person. So this way I get to, hopefully people will subscribe to my channel and get a feeling for what I like to do, sort of thing. And I still will do lives. I just am trying to figure out my webcam right now and trying to play with it to figure out, what I do to not go live with it, because, taking the webcam down and then hooking the tablet up again that's such a pain. And I thought there's got to be a way. So I started goofing around with my my live with the webcam to see if there wasn't something else. And there is. You just got to figure it out. It's not all going to come in one day. And I mean, I probably would have had all this all figured out a long time ago if it hadn't been for, what I've been through the summer and whatnot. And I forgot everything. Get some of that off there. Now let's see. Poor fat Fred here. He has been so neglected for such a long time. I mean, I started in, 2018, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was, because it's 2019 now. I started him in 2018, partway through the year. So I think I had about 6 months of 2018 with him. And then just all of a sudden I started doing a bunch of other stuff, and I didn't pay attention to poor Fred, and that just wasn't fair. So I've been thinking about him for a little while, and I thought, oh, maybe that's what I should do. Even if it's just for half an hour or so tonight, I'll do just a little bit of Fat Fred. Just get some stuff in him. Get some stuff out of that envelope. So that's basically what I'm doing. I think I'm going to shut her down here pretty quick because I can hear stirring coming from where the cats are. And I don't want them jumping up on here, especially with all the scissors and glue and all that kind of stuff. Now that's, I got this page, couple of them on here. I love this cat. Don't you dare post this on Facebook. I see if I can bring him up to you. Is he clear enough? There. Don't you dare post this. He's such a cute cat. It's kind of like what Fred looks like wet. So we did a few there. We did this. And where's the other one that we just did? I lost it. How did I lost it? It was at the beginning, I thought. Oh, there we are. Right there. There. So about 3, 4, maybe 5 pages. So that's just enough for right now. And I'll maybe leave Fat Fred sitting here, and I might do a little bit more in the morning and just make sure that I throw all the tiny pieces away, because if I don't, then Fred and Nico cart them off, and Fred tends to like to try and eat them, and that's something that's not good for him. So for now, Fat Fred and I will say, don't forget, creative clutter is better than idle neatness. And we will see you again, hopefully tomorrow. If something comes up, I'll let you know on my Facebook page. But have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Love y'all. Bye-bye.